Now we would like to have a short time for an urgent question. If somebody would like to make a comment or question to both of the to three speakers, actually. The first one was before two speakers was Kaian Lam, and now to Bernard Lee and Jojo Fung. So if there is anybody who would like to ask the question, please unmute yourself and turn on your video, or you can equally type your question in the chat section of Zoom, please.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yes.
I'm interested on how much research we have done before we just go to Africa. How much we know about Africa, the history, the present situation, before any decisions we could make our responsibility for. That's the question, because we know other places for like the US or European countries for, let's say, quite a lot by watching movies, reading books, and researches. So before we invest in Africa, what's the work we've been done? That's the question.
Kaian, if you would like to answer, if you would like to give feedback to this issue, please.
Thank you very much. I don't think I will be able to give a good answer to such excellent questions. It's true, we do need to study Africa and understand Africa better. That's probably one of the weaker links in our international relations or in the cultural dialogue between China and the outside world. So how should we approach that? Perhaps the younger scholars should dedicate more time and effort to that. I did a PhD in African studies, but I don't think there are many Chinese doctorates who are willing to undertake such a subject that does not promise a great future. So if you take US studies or European studies, you perhaps will have a guaranteed future. I don't know. And then for African studies, we do need to invest a lot of time in field work. So we need in situ research. Otherwise, we will always be translating the works done by others. We will always be regurgitating the perspectives of Westerners. So we do need a lot of young scholars who are willing to spend years and decades in Africa, on African soil. So, and those research done by scholars who have field experience tend to be of higher quality, and they tend to inspire others to do the same. So perhaps young scholars encourage more Chinese scholars to go out and spend more time in Africa.
Thank you very much, Kaian. We hope that your research can change the trend and to be the inspiration for the generation of Chinese people.
Yes, that can show people we are sincere. We're thinking about this in a long term, but not just for a good rush. We care about the place. We don't only care about money, we care about everything. The history, people, the environment. So that's why I was curious why we don't have any serious researchers or, well, accessible to more people, so like me.
Okay, I think if there are no other questions or comments, yes, there is one. It seems there is from Father Franz Gassner. It seems there is urgent need of debt rearrangements in China of African countries. Is there any option in regard to this? Opinion. There's one more comment from Father Sequeira here in Macau, please.
First of all, I like the last words. When admit there is something, we have to go deep and try to understand better Africa. But my point is also looking at one belt, one road is fundamentally economical. I don't see so much, I would say even civilizational, cultural, and a dimension we understand the people we go. And you can see a little bit in Ethiopia, we are helping in the minimum, but it's once again economical projects. And this is why the last comment I felt very sincere and sharp. In our dialogue, we have to go also to know humanity first, to know the people. So their own culture and their own value system, and not remaining only in economical. I think my deep question and critical one on one road, one belt, is too much on infrastructures and economical dimensions, and probably not bringing something essential is understanding the other in their own humanity and their own culture. So you are daring what you said and sincere, which I accept, but really we need time to go deeper in our collaboration.
Okay, thank you very much for the Luis Sequeira. I think we can, if there are any other comments and questions, we can leave it to the last moment of our symposium. We have.
May I have, some response to
Yes, please.
just the speakers, talk
Please,
about.
short,
yes.
yes.
I think this is a very, very interesting issue. It's worth, pay attention to. Regarding the Belt and Road Initiative, is new in by its name. However, regarding the cooperation between China and African countries, it's been ages, decades ago. It's not just about this kind of economic investment. Well, as far as I can see, it's not about talking. Yep, we look at the past. Yep, and China has helped a lot. Well, this kind of countries to build their infrastructure. Look at the fact over there. It's not about talking. If I talk, I think a lot of this kind of Westerners, they can talk very much better than Chinese, yeah, in terms of this kind of dialogue. But I'm talking about the fact, yeah, in the past. And another gentleman talked about this kind of just go back to the economic investment. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's fundamental. But when you look at history, historically, as I mentioned in this National Geographic fact, yeah, in the past, what have the Western done to African countries? They just exploit. Yeah, well, look at the facts. Yeah, they exploited it, and they make a lot of slaves over there. They also make a lot of created a lot of immigrants, this kinds of political migrants to other countries. They make them poor, and I mean there's so many aspects we can look into.
It's reasonable to
I assume that. Yeah,
compare the time.
Can I continue? Can I finish it first? Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, and that's my understanding. And well, regarding the look at the I mean there's so many aspects to look into it. Yeah, maybe political issue, like Father Jojo has mentioned about the social issue, technological issue, economic issue, and about the legal issue, blah blah. But when you look at the facts, yeah, what have others done to these countries? Okay, now first of all, regarding cultural collaboration, yes, they have done that. Yeah, regarding this kind of as far as I know, in some universities in China, they invited this kinds of senior management and students from African country to come over. Look at University of St. Joseph. They also have other African countries who come over to study. There's about exchange, not just for money. And let me tell you something Chinese government has done in the past. Yep, they also forfeit the debt because they understand people cannot pay off the debt. What's about that? Okay, well, Westerners, I think I'm try not to generalize this because I think for the religion part, Christianity is coming from another part. Yeah, it's sort of maybe part of it's related to Eastern culture. Yeah, I think Western. I think a lot of time we're talking about this kind of hegemony. Yeah. They just talk one side. Humanity part, I think that's about the cultural exchange, and then we understand it more. Just like Professor Zhao, yeah, just mentioned, how much do we understand African countries? Okay, that's a big, very interesting topic, right? It's about dialogue. We need to, it takes time. But economically, well, we try to be more, selfless to others, not just talk about this kind of theology. Okay, I mean, this kind of philosophy, yep, well, you are trying to, rob people, well, I mean, try to take advantage of people's resources. That's my, well, observation. Okay, and regarding that rearrangement, I don't know the detail, but as far as I know, yeah, in the past, yeah, and well, people, these two parties, they're signing this kind of international contract. They're not forcing people, to sign it, and they're very happy with that trust level, doing business and the business field. As a matter of fact, yeah, trust is so important. Okay, well, long story short.
Okay. Thank you very much for this long.
Yeah, that's my
long
observation only. That's my observation only. Sorry.
Yes, thank you very much. We leave all other questions and comments for the last moment.